There's many different definitions of it. I think one dangerous definition of it is to think of happiness as kind of a warm, joyful, mostly feeling in your heart that you have to pursue and grab and hold on to for fear that it'll go away. I mean, it's fun when you have those feelings, but we know, and the evidence shows, the more intent you are of having those feelings and chasing those feelings, that's a butterfly that flies away the more you're chasing. A better way to think about happiness, that it actually is something that I think you can reach toward, is it's living in accord with your values and in a way that is more open and accepting of your history as it echoes into the present. It's more self-affirming, self-validating, and values-based. The Greeks had a word for it. They called it eudaimonia, and it's not a bad definition, and I think that definition of happiness is something that will empower human lives. The definition that we have that gets very hedonistic and emotion-oriented, the problem is there's too many quick and dirty ways to chase that in ways that end up being unhelpful to people. If you avoid the feelings of betrayal and the sense of insecurity that comes in relationships that aren't working, by running into detuned relationships, by sexuality that isn't connected to intimacy, etc. Yeah, you might feel good, but it doesn't live well. If you just have another martini or even more severe forms of substance use, yeah, it might feel good, but it doesn't live well. And if you escape into kind of a materialism and the right car, the right woman, the right house, the right trip, the right place, the right job, the right praise, these things, all of the folks who are wiser in our culture over the history of our culture have written about the dangers of trying to define a meaningful life that way. But commercial culture and our media is constantly encouraging us to think that if we feel good, we live well, and then we're only too happy, thank you very much, to sell you goods and services, from the dancing ovoids and the pill you can take, or the trips or the cars or the clothes or the women that you can get with whatever that is that will give you the quick route to that. And it's an empty promise. I think young people know it's empty, but they're not quite sure what to do. And I kind of look at what's on the t-shirts and I see another solution, which also worries me. I see just do it, no fear. This kind of suppressive response to the treacle that the culture tries to define for us as a meaningful life also blows up. No fear is not something that you should put on your shirt. How about, I can hold my fear and still connect with you? Put that on your shirt. It's okay to be me with all of my history. Put that on your shirt. So there's a middle path. There's a guy who sat under a tree a long time ago who is important to a pretty big chunk of the human population, who called it the middle path. There is a middle path between indulgence and suppression, but the culture has overwhelmed that in the cacophony that has been created in the modern world, and the commercial encouragement of avoidance and indulgence on the one hand, or suppression and just do it, treating yourself as an object on the other. We've got to find a way that's more compassionate, softer, that allows us to move forward.